Alright, this is Calibos, and we are playing Stoneblock 2. I think I may have gotten that correctly. So, hammer. Let's take this and we'll use it later, just to get rid of it. So one of the things that we did in our last episode was we arranged for these enhanced sag mills. So one of the things I did off camera, and you guys had already seen how I set that up for the smelter here. So red chest, and it just pumps directly into the smelting factory. And I set up a blue chest to pump directly into the crushing factory. And just like the other one, there's an interface here, and I have called it crushing chest. Basically just took the one that used to be back there and did the thing. So this still has an interface in the back here, behind the elite crushing factory, which is just input. So it just outputs immediately into the system, which is much faster than waiting for AE to do it, because the factories will output as soon as the product is done. So just like the smelting chest, this gives us the opportunity of not just the back face, but every additional face around it. So a total of 6 faces at 9 recipes per face, or 54 recipes. Now that is going to be 6 distinct channels for each chest. So I went ahead and pulled the dense cable down, back and around, so that there's a dense cable with a regular smart cable coming off of it for this chest, and dense cable with a regular smart cable coming off of this chest. So it will be able to handle the channels as we need to. And we should theoretically have access to it, because I mean, like I said, we're talking about 5 more channels per chest, you know, provided that we think we're only going to limit it to, you know, that many chests, you know, to just 2 chests. So that takes us up to 22 and still gives us 10 channels left for this wall to make use of. And this wall, of course, only has, what, 5 channels coming off of it? Yeah, 5 channels. And this wall doesn't really have any. And this wall is basically just this stuff and that. So, I mean, that's full. We're actually going to have to make another one of these interfaces soon, because we are running out, not interfaces, molecular assembler thing, because we have 3 more stations left. We could actually get that started. So we need 7. Go. And we're going to need some muffling, although I do like the fact that it plays the song so we can hear it, the song of its people. So let's pick up some interfaces. We'll need 8 of those. Go. Alright, so molecular assemblers, we've got all of those. We have all these, so 8. Got some smart cable. So I want it off the wall, sticks out like this, so that I can see that it's not running into anything. So we're just going to go ahead and do the same thing here. Let's get some dirt so we can see where we're going. Remember, dirt doesn't hurt unless it's radioactive, and then it absolutely does not give you super, you know, dirt powers with whatever. In fact, it gives you cancer. So yeah. So let's pull this cable facade off. So what's that going to? I think that just drops to the wall. Oh, that was useful. So cable facade here. 10 channels, 10 channels. 8. 10 to So we only have 10 channels coming up from that, so that should be, wait, so that's 10, that's 10, that's 2, that's 10. Oh, is it there that's trying to get the channels off of? So let's go ahead and separate this out. Oh, wait, before we do that, let's look at our crafting terminal here, and we want a peer-to-peer tunnel. Peer-to-peer tunnel. We want a memory card. So the reason I want these crafted first, and one of the... So you'll remember that I'm making a great insistence on having the AE stuff in its own special crafting area. So now, when I want to, I can do this, set this up, and then we can drop down over here. Let's see where my... Oh my gosh. Tinkers. Oh, there's my Matic. So we're going to come over here and we're going to grab another channel from the top. Every time I do this, I like lose some of the dirt. So those are done. This one is not, and that is not. So I've only got 59 now. I started with the full stack. And then we're going to right click there. So now we need an item frame. So item frame with that memory card. So now we have one channel coming off this. This only has 3 channels. So we actually have all of the channels that we could want in this room. Let's pull that off, pull that off. So that should just be 8, and we can now bring the 8 down. So that should be stone, dense, dense, dense. So we'll bring the dense smart cable down. We'll need at least 2 lower. We can bring this out. And then from here, it's just a matter of hooking everything up. Alright, so like so. We want to make sure that we put all of the acceleration cards in it as we go, because afterwards it can be very difficult to remember what you put them in and what you didn't. So one of the reasons I keep going over this is a lot of people have trouble with AE. It's not, I mean, it's not very simple when you're first learning it, because a lot of the concepts are foreign, and you know, there aren't really a lot of good like reading materials on it. If you're watching videos and stuff like this, then yeah, it can go a lot smoother. So technically, if I'd wanted to, I could have set these molecular assemblers to have different names. It's like crafting block 2, crafting block 1. and they would show up that way in the thing. But I'm not sure that I am worried about that. And I mean, I'll do it if somebody says that they want me to do it. Like if it makes things easier for them to understand. I'm actually intending in the long run to go ahead and seal this up. I'm actually intending in the long run to go all the way down the wall. So I guess there's no reason not to do it now. And we make it look good. So we can actually just move these. And I'm not going to build it right now, but I'm just going to make the access available. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then and this one will be directly on the ground, so we can actually just put it out right there. Perfect, right? There we go. So our next step here, we've got a couple of things. We want to make a slave controller, not because we want to, but because there's a quest for it. And I realize this is probably, that's not useful, a terrible reason to make it. Weird. So is it actually as controller? Oh, there we go. So we need to make comparators. That's fine. That's actually a thing that we're going to need to know how to make anyway. So we'll use this recipe. Pop it in here. So we need redstone torches again. That's fine. That's another thing that we're going to need to know how to make. Ooh, patterns. We need patterns. You can see that my assumption is that we're just going to need a lot of these things. So, save. There we go. One of these. Go. Should just take half a second. Why we have all the bits. Are we having drawer issues again? Oh, I bet we are. So, here's the problem we're having. I know what the problem is now. So we did this, and it used the basic drawer. So what we need to do is we need to do drawer controller, or this basic drawer instead. So we're just going to swap out these patterns. Remember what I said about AE's difficulty with or dictionary items? This is the problem we're having. So now if we ask it to make it, it will make it just fine. which completes a quest. And actually finishes all of the drawer quests. So what I'd like to do now is work my way through the crafting storage things and just kind of like see what we end up getting. So we got chance cubes. That's awful. We are going to open all the chance cubes. I'm probably going to make a chance cube area, and I suppose if randomly I got enough likes, I would do something, you know, terrible to my base with them. Maybe I'll do that at the end of the episode. We'll just open every single chance cube in the middle of the base. At the end of not the episode, but the whatever it is, the end of the pack. So we want crafting monitor. So we can put that in the AE system here. So we're just going to need one of these, and then we're going to need a 1K, which we can craft. So I'm never going to make anything but the 64Ks, so I'm not worried about whether we can, you know, we make any of the other ones. So we've made the 1K. Now we can, that gives us this back and the crafting unit. So we can put that in there and we can go 4K, make one of those. Cool, right? Let's take the 4K, take the crafting unit, and now we have that. Pop that back into here, pull this out. Now we want the 16K. Alright, so we'll put this together. It gives us the 16K. Pull that apart. And now finally the 64K. Actually, we can now put this in there and then just tell it to make the 64K. And that gives us that. So let's put this in the system right now, and then let's get our stuff. Resonant jetpack. Ender chest, 2. 4 watermills. Water candle. So we now have a jetpack. Remember I was talking about flying? Well, now we can fly. Go us. These ender chests are going to be useful at some later date. They're always good. I don't remember. So the watermill is going to be useful if we decide to get into GP. Like when we do the angel ring, this will get us started. I'd rather use the fire mills, but watermills will give us free GP to get started. So we'll keep those for now. And what I'd kind of like to do is go flux. See if this does its thing. Because the last time we did this, it didn't craft anything beyond this first one, these the basic flux storage. And I'd really like to have another one of these for power storage. Because we are planning on building up to Draconic, which is going to be eating a lot of our power. Yeah, see, here we go, it just stops. what we'll do is we'll take the Herculean flux storage and we'll just kind of do we have to do it like this? Wait, let's clear this. I think this is what we ended up doing last time too. Oh, I wonder if we could just do that. So let's make 2 more of these, or 3 more of these. Let's experiment with the. There we go. So that gives us that, and then we can do this, and that'll give us our gargantuan one. So let's make, what, 5 of these. Which should make all the stuff we need for the basic ones, but stop there. This requires significantly fewer ender pearls than doing it the other way. I wonder if this is a normal recipe or changed for the pack. I don't know. So let's cancel that. Go back here. 30, 30. 6, do this. So now we have 2 of the gargantuan flux things. So let's bump our power storage by a lot. More power is our network. Alright. So this is just eating all of the power. And that's perfect. We love this plan. So let's make a recipe for cooked apples. Cooked apples. Because I will admit, this is pretty much what I'm probably going to eat most of this time. We can do it here. Smelting chest. Smelting chest. There we go. Let's get some apples. And 64. Go. And now we have food again. Alright, so we're making good progress. We need to go ahead and make fluid storage here, and this is applied energistics fluid storage. So I will probably not be using this. Even if I do store fluids in the AE system, I'll actually just kind of do it my own way, which I think is, it holds more and it's more fun. Well, I don't know about more fun, but let's go about fluid storage. So we're going to need to make special cells for these. You'll see that they actually have a different recipe, and we're going to put these in the AE system, but we will probably take them out and clear them afterwards. Come on, show up. It can take a second for them to show. There we go. What are they called? Disk? No. Drive. Cell files. Fluid storage housing. There we go. So we can actually just go ahead and do that. So fluid storage housing. So let's go ahead and we'll call it here, and we'll try to pick this up in the next episode where we work our way through the quests on that page. Alright, I hope you liked the episode. If you did, leave me a like. If you didn't, don't. Simple as that. Questions, comments, concerns can all go below. I hope you folks have a fantastic night.